Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War stream. Today, of course, and for this entire weekend, we will be having a gnome event. So we'll be able to go and farm a lot more resources than we are normally able to. We of course have over here the gnome thingy for next 2 days and 14 hours. We'll have a gigantic amount of gnomes to go and farm. This basically means that almost everywhere there'll be a higher chance of finding gnomes, as well as a higher chance of finding vault keys from those specific gnomes. So we're basically going to want to win as quickly as we possibly can, so that we can find as many gnomes as we possibly can. The best places to do this are things like PvP and Explore and Challenges, but you could also technically do it in places like Arena. The only places that would not have it this week are Guild Wars, Dungeons, which you only have a limited amount of anyways, the 3. Delves, unfortunately, doesn't have them, and the pets, oddly enough, do not actually have them, even though we're going to be getting quite a few of them. I'm actually really surprised we don't currently have one active, but guess not as many people in my guild doing PvP this time, because there's only a chance of getting a treasure gnome in Arena, which a lot of people probably aren't doing now due to the nerf that did this most recent patch, and Guild Wars. I mean, and PvP, I meant. Not Guild Wars. But yeah, so basically they're only getting it from PvP now. Oh, also we had this flash offer thing. I haven't made much of a mention on this yet. I did see it last night. But is this worth it? Kind of. Well, ignore that. That's not true. But as far as this thing's value, I could see it being worth $5 to some people. Though to most people, probably not, because obviously you guys saw the other time. I guess they're basically just testing to see what the actual value of an orb is, because they greatly overprice it most of the time. Let's say this: if that was a blue orb, I would even click that. But it's an orange orb. In early game, that could be okay, because of course they were trying to do 100 gems for $2 earlier, which actually was really good. But throwing a orb in there for $3, I'm not sure. Orb of Wisdom, specifically. Well, definitely early on in the game. If you're using it for a mythic, it could be worth it. The amount of time it takes to farm the trait stones for a second or third trait on something like a mythic is anywhere from 1 to 3 hours, more so likely the 2-hour range. So to that degree, I guess it's kind of decent value. But I don't know, I'd rather just farm it. Plus, we have excess. Once you reach late game, you don't even need these things anymore. So, I don't know. It's a really situational, more like mid-game, early game kind of thing on if that would be useful for you. The previous one was definitely better value than that one, that is for sure. Yeah, I'm kind of curious how much they'll do for a blue orb. It would probably be like $10, in which case I wouldn't go for it. But if they seriously were to do, like, this pack, like 100 and a blue orb, I would even consider buying that. I'd be very tempted. But I'm not sure about an orange orb. Anyways, let's go and do a bunch of farming. So, let's see. What's our closed trait stone right now? That would probably be good information to know, since we're pretty much going to be farming trait stones indirectly the entire time. That's not the main thing that we're coming here for, but... oh, yeah, I forgot. It's actually Zejin. Oh, that makes sense. Probably the worst kingdom to try choosing, because I believe it has 10% this week. No, it doesn't. Never mind. Yeah, it should be fine then. But, yeah, we'll just spend some time in Zejin. That's the event week anyways, so might as well. And of course we're doing Frostmage. Title says that too. I'm doing Frostmage mainly because I desperately need to level 70 before Sunday, which we'll probably have by the end of today easily. But ideally, I also kind of want to start reaching it to 100. It doesn't gain much of a benefit at 100 like most tier classes, but still I do want to get it done. It is technically a slight benefit, and for some of the things I might use it for would actually gain a benefit. The elemental bonus is somewhat okay. It's just using elementals with it is the issue. But yeah, hello everyone. Let me go through. Oh, there's the pet. I was going to say, how on earth do we not have a pet during a vault event in late game? Hello Brian. Hello Dragon Ball Z fan. Hello ZGG. You watched the stream from last night. You didn't get hero XP from class battles because you didn't choose a class when making the team. You didn't get any... Oh, wait, did I go for all of class battles without... Oh, I hate that so much. That if you don't have one by default, it just gives you none. That's annoying. That's kind of funny, though. But yeah, that's the reason. If you're ever wondering why you're not getting EXP from anything, there is currently a glitch or just an oversight that if you didn't end up setting a team for anything, when it just defaults to nothing, because now it just defaults to nothing. It might even still show you using a hero class, but unless you actually manually switch it to a different hero class and then back, or go into that menu and actually set one, even if it was this exact same one, it won't actually count your EXP, which is really annoying. The only place that actually doesn't give you EXP though is Arena. Every other place is just a glitch if it doesn't, due to it defaulting to no hero class. You're using Dragon Soul, Ferrous Rot, Azurus, and Prismatic Orb. Sounds pretty good. Hello, Michael. Hello, Frog Hunter. Hello, Churros. Hello, Ben. Did they nerf Arena? Kind of. They nerfed EXP in Arena, so you no longer gain class EXP in Arena. You still gain normal EXP. But no, that's the only thing they really changed. They will be doing an update to an Arena sometime this year, but no word on when that will be or what it will have in it. Though, given that they nerfed Arena's EXP this patch, I would assume it's pretty soon, because if they're already pre-nerfing Arena, that means they're probably preparing for the buff. Because that's a really weird location to try nerfing. Hello, Iasim. How do you get Vault Keys in the new event? You basically just kill a bunch of anything and anywheres, ideally explore PvP or something. I was mentioning all the locations earlier, but you just basically do that and you have a chance of finding gnomes every single battle. Actually, I should probably be doing some battles already. But yeah, we just keep repeating some battles, and every single battle has a chance of finding a gnome, and that gnome this weekend has a higher chance of giving us a Vault Key specifically. So hopefully you'll find a bunch of them. Hello, Dorade. Hello, Ben. Let's see. Hello, Bruno. Hello, Wizzo. And hello, Leomar. And hello, everyone else. Welcome. Hey, look, we already got an arcane. That didn't take long. Very first battle. We're already catching up. We're basically working towards base 300 trait stones now. We're going to have so many when they finally add something to actually use them for. Not sure what it will be, but we'll find out in the future very soon. Good morning, Death Shade. Welcome. Hope all of you have been having a good day so far. Mine has been basically sleep. Here we go. There's our gnome. First gnome. What do we have today? What do we have? Come on, Vault Key on for first gnome. Wouldn't that be amazing? Nope. The exact opposite of a Vault Key. 2 diamonds of a dead resource I don't even need. Or at least this ultralight in the game, it's a dead resource. Normally that would actually be a somewhat okay resource, but still, regardless of if you need that or not, 2 is very, very small amount of diamonds. It's basically like 0 diamonds. It would have to be at least 5 for it to even be noteworthy, or 20 for it to be, it's kind of okay. That's another resource where they don't really understand the value of the resource. But yeah, there's a lot of good drops that we can be getting from the gnomes. That is not one of them, though. Hello, Tiny XD. Welcome. And good morning, Jan and Stefan. Yeah, for the most part, we should be able to kill every single battle just with Sunbird. I mean, Firebomb and a Sunbird. And as time progresses, we keep getting more and more stats as well, which makes it even easier to be able to do that. Recently, we got 1 extra magic from the New Kingdom. We got 1 extra, 1 extra HP from the New Kingdom. We got 1 extra HP from, oh wow, what's it called? From the Pan's Veil, when the new faction ended up coming in. And yeah, just 2 extra damage within the last few weeks. Should be hopefully getting a new magic in the next few months. Probably another kingdom will be level 10 by then that's HP related. And actually, if we get this hero class maxed, that 1 elemental thing, I believe would actually increase that thing's damage by 1. Because I believe the elemental effect is, though of course we wouldn't be using this the entire time, we'd probably switch to a different hero class by then. But the elemental effect, I believe, is every cast, right? Yeah, elementals gain 1 magic when an ally casts a spell, and I believe that triggers beforehand, just like Arcane does. So that means Firebomb would not only gain 1 more damage, but Sunbird would actually gain 2 damage onto its ability at that point. How to get Vault Keys this weekend? You just kill a bunch of gnomes basically everywhere, and then you get Vault Keys from them. It's a random chance, about 1 in 10 or so. I'm not sure what the exact drop rate is, but the more you kill, the more chances you'll have. We're actually probably going to do a little bit longer stream than normal today, though I do still have the other videos to record. But yeah, I do want to focus on getting as many as we can possibly done this weekend. Probably even more so than normal. Luckily, I already prepared some sandwiches and some other stuff just so I wouldn't need to go and take a lunch or dinner break. If I really do want to go a little bit longer, I have all the resources needed. Because that's one of the main reasons I normally even end the stream, like midday. It's like, okay, time to go eat now. Because I haven't had breakfast yet on almost every single time. So generally after the stream, it's like, okay, first meal of the day. Oh, grab that, grab that. Get a sunburst thingy. Why are you surviving with 1 HP? See, if we had 1 higher HP ourselves, or 1 higher magic, he would have died there. The wonders of 1 extra stat. Oh, you finally got your Cedric. Nice. Yeah, Cedric is great to finally get. And if you do still need him, make sure to farm him this weekend. If there was ever a time to try to obtain him, now is the time. His drop rate's still the exact same, but the amount of Volkies you'll be able to get is exponentially increased. Oh, the raid! We're going to be fighting you then. If you're the Paragon of your guild, we're going to be fighting you. Nice. Oh yeah, this is the first time I'm in bracket 5, so it's probably the first time I get to see a lot of you too in the battles. So I don't think we're staying in bracket 5, unfortunately. Pretty sure we're immediately moving up. Let's see, how are we currently doing? We've won every day so far, and we're currently in second with, I believe, an entire person who hasn't done a single battle. At least we had one earlier. Okay, never mind. He managed to do his battle earlier. But oh, actually, we might be in second then. Actual second. Oh no, that's bad. It depends if they've done all their battles or not. But I believe we actually get to move up by 2 if we somehow make first, which means we go and repair ourselves all the way to bracket 3. But if we make second or third, we're only going to go back to bracket 4. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. We're definitely moving up. Oh no, stream, come back! Don't start this today, stream. Don't you dare. It's already starting it. Really? The whole disconnecting to connecting thing. Okay, we're back now. Sorry about that. Oh, phone. Did you do that? The phone's starting to ring. Now, I'm pretty sure that had no effect on connection. But that's funny that the phone starts ringing as soon as my connection comes back. Anyways. Oh yeah, we had event stuff to do too. We'll passively get that done automatically, very, very easily. All we have to do is kill blues. This kingdom doesn't have a lot of blues, but we're going to be doing it for so long that even if it only has 1 blue per battle, we're going to get plenty enough kills. Hello, Maribin. I've been doing okay. Things been on and off as far as life stuff. Life has been all over the place the last few years, guys. Particularly this last year. I don't even know these days, but growing up is hard. That pretty much summarizes my last year. Or even just in general, last several years. But, I don't know. Let's see, you got 2 Volkies already. And, you got Cedric, very lucky, assuming you still needed them. Oh, which you don't need, never mind. And in the second one, you got a major orb of chaos, and you got an orange one. Well, actually, orange orbs might not be as useless as they seem soon. As they mentioned, trait stones will be used for something in the near future. And once trait stones start getting used for something, then, yeah, you're basically going to want to start using your orange orbs every single time for, like, legends and mythics. Because you'll want to actually save your reserves of trait stones, most likely for whatever the new feature is. We have no clue what it will be, but they are planning on adding a trait stone sink this year of some kind. How effective it'll be, what it'll be used for, and all those details, we have not the slightest clue. But, yes, it is happening most likely sometime this year, probably around summertime or so. No official date has been given. Maybe earlier, maybe later. But yeah, it's still one of the worst orbs. At the current state of the game, I actually consider it even worse than a major green orb, at least for super late game. Obviously, earlier on in the game, an orange orb is actually pretty nice, because it does save several hours of having to farm trait stones for a legend or mythic. Especially in Mythic, that saves a lot of time. Like 6 hours or so, maybe even a little bit higher depending on your rate of winning Explore. But it is pretty nice. Speaking about nice, level 64 Frostmage. Actually, you know what? That title might be a lie. I forgot. We might actually not be able to reach level 70 this stream. Or maybe we'll make that this stream's goal. We'll end the stream when Frostmage is 70. Because that'll take a while before that reaches that, with 6 more levels to go. Oh gosh, our loot is so bad. We got 2 diamonds, and then we upgraded or downgraded, I don't even know, to 2 minor trait stones. Basically, his 2 worst drops. So I say that, but 2 minor trait stones might actually be somewhat okay in the new economy of the game soon. We'll have to see. They still haven't even hinted at what trait stones will be used for as far as their currency. Because they're essentially going to be a currency for something soon. Or, you know, you'll be able to use it for something other than trait stones. Will we be able to break down trait stones in Soulforge instead of making them? That would be pretty cool. There's a lot more resources that need to sync into other resources. It's not just trait stones. There's like a dozen different things in this game that don't have a sync. I think one of the most annoying ones that don't have a sync is actually pet food. Even though I haven't been trying to accumulate a lot of pet food, I probably should just in case they ever do something with it. But yeah, pet food has no sync at all. I don't know what they were thinking when they made like the whole pet system. You gain way more food than you ever need pets. So it's kind of weird that they have it that way. And then once you start getting pets maxed, you have way more food than you ever need. Because you can break down the pets for food, which is extremely morbid. But yes, you can break down the pets for food, which makes it even more of a food surplus that you go into nothing. Wow, all of our drops are the absolute worst. Hopefully we get better luck later on in the stream. This better not be an indicator as to what we're going to be getting all day today and this weekend. Because if so, we're going to be hitting like 0 to 2 Vault Keys this entire weekend if we keep up this rate. Are some kingdoms better than others for Vault Keys? They are supposed to all be the same, but it does really feel like sometimes that they have different drop rates. But no, they are in theory and should all be exactly the same. And anything that seems otherwise is just due to luck. Hey, Celestial. Nice. Also, if you do want to go do PvP this week, while farming gnomes, which isn't as quick as doing this, but if you want the higher amount of resources, you can use the 2x trait stone guy this week. Excuse me, the turtle cannon. Creates a bunch of greens and gives you 2x trait stones whenever you win in PvP. We can't do that in Explore though. If that was working in Explore, I actually probably would put that in my team, just for the sake of having twice the trait stones. But unfortunately, it's PvP only. A lot of them they've been making PvP only just because how broken they are in Explorer, because of how quickly you can win compared to it. The only thing that you really get for Explorer that's somewhat viable is whenever they give the plus 400 gold one available for Explorer, because at that point you can actually get Explorer rates so quickly that it's basically the exact same amount of gold, or possibly even higher amount of gold than what you can do in PvP by winning so quickly. Can you get keys from gnomes or vault keys? Oh, can you get event keys from gnomes or vault keys? Yes, you can get event keys from gnome, but only the normal gnome, the one that says treasure gnome. The, I'll show him when we finally find him again. But the red one of all the gnomes, that little treasure gnome guy, he does have a chance of dropping event keys. He can drop 1 event key or 3 event keys. Also, technically, every gnome could theoretically drop a vault key if it, could theoretically drop an event key if you drop a vault key off of it that then leads into an event key. But yeah, it's specifically that red one that has the event key chance. It's either 1, 3, or a chance of it off the vault key is everything that he has that could theoretically drop event keys for you. But yeah, his 3 vault key drop is actually the highest value drop of any gnome that isn't a vault key, oddly enough. It's, what does that come out to? That's 42 gems worth of value is what that ends up giving. Which is the highest value of anything other than a vault key. The only thing that might be considered higher, depending on how you look at it, is the 1000 glory drop off of Glory Gnome. That doesn't technically have a gem value attached to it, but still, that's pretty decent. 1000 glory. Did I say 3 vault keys? Yeah, I meant 3 event keys. It's still early in the morning. Did I just say event keys instead of vault keys? But yeah, it's this gnome over here. He's not a real one. But whenever you see this gnome with a money bag right there, is the main one that can drop event keys. He's either 1 event key, 3 event keys, or vault key. The vault key is just a chance that it drops one, but the 2 event keys are obviously guaranteed. Yeah, sniffly nose now too. Yeah, the weather's been getting really cold lately. Which is unfortunate because then I need to put the heater on. And it makes the air all dry. Then I get sniffles. Still haven't fixed the heating and cooling system from the previous hurricane. It's probably not going to be fixed anytime soon. We're likely renovating this place or just putting it towards actually finally paying it off or doing anything else before we bother fixing that. That's because the costs are so high to do it. So hello Gustavo, welcome. And hello Medieval, welcome as well. Yeah, if anyone has any questions, gnome events are like the absolute best times ever. Ask them. Because we're gonna have a lot of downtime of just farming as much as we possibly can. With every single battle. We can easily switch into anything else. Or, you know, switch as in showing something. As far as what we actually use for this explore spam, we pretty much just use this the entire time if we really need to. There's not too many variants that can actually make it go much quicker. Actually, I don't think there's any variants that can make it go much quicker unless we do like an Elspeth into something and like Sunbird kill. But that's really inconsistent. So it is technically, it's a quicker potential win, but it's overall over the course of an hour a slower team. But it can, in theory, get the quickest win in the game. It's just that's not what we're aiming for. We're aiming for consistency over an hour, more so than just winning quick for a single battle or a few questions. Oh yeah, there's no dumb questions. Feel free to mention it, Terrence. It's morning for you, while it's 18:24 for you. Yep, that's time zones for you. Where do you find a Dragon Soul? Unfortunately, he's a random drop. He's occasionally in the Soul Forge, where you can craft him for 800 diamonds if you have level 9 Soul Forge or higher. Don't spend gems on it, just let it level up naturally. But as far as how you would realistically obtain him, it's basically completely random. You open Glory Keys, Gem Keys, Guild Keys, and if you somehow have VIP chests as well. And all of those have a chance of giving you a Dragon Soul. It's completely random. The only consistent ways you could ever actually get a Dragon Soul are only temporary, and the 2 consistent ways are if it's currently a Dragon's Claw event, you can use event keys for and get it pretty easily, though I don't believe we're having one for a while. And the other method is if he's in the Soul Forge, as I mentioned, you can craft him for 800 diamonds. And that's the way that most people tend to get him, for the most part, if they don't already have him. Though I have no clue how long that could be. It could be a few weeks or a few months before we see him in the Soul Forge again. Due to how many legends there are, it takes a little while for them to all rotate around in the Soul Forge each week. But yeah, unfortunately, like many things in this game, it is basically random drop. But all legends and mythics can be crafted eventually in Soul Forge, which makes up for all the randomness. Because then you can just focus on whatever the best troops are to have at a certain time and just go directly for them. Hello, Danny! Welcome. Did you already talk about yellow Guild War attack teams? No, I did not. But generally, anything Gorgolfa first slot into anything is basically all you need for yellow. I don't think that's currently what I run anymore, though. But, let me double check. What is our yellow team these days? I keep switching it around for, like, one other troop. I feel like every single week I replace out one troop from it. But basically, just running any pure yellow team into a Gorgolfa is one of the most consistent ways of winning yellow day. There's also some divine-oriented teams that you can end up using, which I believe is actually what I ended up switching to. Oh yeah, did I actually finally finish this pet? I believe I did, yeah. That's why I didn't do it earlier. What am I looking for? Guild Wars? Oh no, that's not what I'm looking for. Well, let's see. What's my defend currently? That's not what I'm here for. But, oh, I actually have Divine Team set for as my defend. You can't actually use that, though, because of Divine Protector. You could use that team without Divine Protector. But that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for this one. Oh yeah, that's still the same premise I'm doing. I replaced out one of the damage sources with Queen Aurora, so that we'd have more mana, and I ended up putting Flame of Fire there. Unfortunately, that's not a weapon most people have. I guess you'd have to go and replace out into some kind of other different yellow weapon. Or does it into 4 times Divine. Speaking of that, I did switch it to Priest. I guess that's perfectly fine. It's only a 40 mana start instead of a 50% mana start. But I believe that +2 yellow is still enough for us to get it. Or actually +3 yellow because of Queen Aurora. So it should be fine. But, yeah, that's basically what I personally run. Anything into a really big Mythic Divine is probably going to be fine. Gorgolfa and Furnace. Oh yeah, that's also what you could replace that with, Gorgolfa. Also, if you need something cheaper than Gorgolfa, if you don't even have that yet, running Cockatrice into anything else tends to be okay. It's a little bit better for Brown Day, but it works for Yellow Days too. Cockatrice is a really good mana drain, and it has Entangle as well. And it basically gets rid of the 2 main things you need to get rid of, skull damage and cast damage, which essentially leaves the enemy able to do nothing, assuming it works out properly. But it's a really good disabling trip to increase win rate with. Hello, Fafo! Welcome! Explain the new Vault Key event. The Vault Key event occurs once every month for 3 days for the entire weekend, from Friday reset until Monday reset. So today, tomorrow, and Sunday. And basically, for its duration, everywhere where gnomes drop have a higher chance of dropping. And they will also give a higher chance of getting specifically Vault Keys from them, which is their most valuable drop. And yeah, you basically just spam something like Explore, Challenges, or PvP, and then you just keep getting way more gnomes than what you would normally get. It's a great time to level hero classes, it's a great time to soul farm, and it's a great time just to be playing the game in general, because almost anything you do will give you gnomes. The only things that would not give gnomes is, also those are not real gnomes, it's only a real one if it has it in the top left corner, the little bag. But the only places that do not have any chance at all this week ends to be able to drop the gnomes are Guild Wars has no chance, Delves has no chance, the 3 dungeon battles have no chance, and pet battles, oddly enough, have no chance, even though you're probably going to get a lot of pets, because your guild's probably going to be playing a lot of PvP. But every other location has pet chances. And the only one that's exclusive to a certain game mode, I believe, is Pet Gnome, which is only in PvP and Arena. So you'd most likely want to farm in PvP, especially after the hero class nerf that they did to Arena, that you don't gain EXP for anymore. Do gnomes appear more often in Explore than in Challenges? No, they're about the same time to do. If anything, Challenges are actually slightly quicker. The only reason I keep doing Explore is because we're getting higher quality trait stones, and that's about it. That's basically it. Oh, and a little bit of gold that we get every single battle. Because Explore, if we're doing Challenges, pretty much the only things we're getting are EXP, gnomes, and trait stones. But at least we're also getting a little bit of gold when we're doing it this way, just to make up for our time a little bit more. But no, more often than not, the other reason is Explore, and if you can one-shot immediately your challenges, if you can one-shot your Explore, kind of like what we can, there's really not much of a point in doing challenges. That's because it would take the exact same amount of time if we did challenges. The only real benefit that challenges has that technically makes them quicker is it's the exact same battle every single time. So if you can kill it consistently one time, you can pretty consistently kill it every single time. Whereas Explorer, there could be different factors. There could be those things that have 25% revive. There could be Submerge. There could be enough durability that they survive a hit. There's a lot of other factors that come in that makes it ever so slightly slower. But the thing that kind of balances out challenges that makes them also about the same is challenges, for whatever reason, does have one whole extra screen that you have to go through. Explorer just goes immediately into it, which is nice benefit compared to it. I can go show you in a second. Let me go to just any challenge, like first challenge if you need field or something. Although it could be any. This should have enough to kill pretty much anything if we go to any of these here. So let me go do that real quick. Let's leave. Just click on Zacian. Why not? Challenges. First one should be fine. And yeah, if we go click here, I believe it brings you to the previous challenge screen, not to the actual page. There's a whole additional click that you have to do. And while that might not seem like much, that wastes like, I don't know, about a half a second each time. Starts adding up. Yeah, we can really, oh, 5,000 souls, nice. Yeah, we can really consistently go through. Oh no, never mind. Oh, they actually fixed it. Oh yeah, challenges are quicker then. Yes, if you technically want the highest rate in the entire game for gnome farming, if the only loot you care about is the gnome itself mostly, yes, challenges actually are ever so slightly quicker. My bad. Oh no, they aren't. Wait, that's weird. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what it normally does. It brings you all the way back to that menu. Okay, that was weird. Why did it allow us to go immediately the previous time? That was weird. Let's see. Never mind, to my never mind, it might actually still be slower. Let's see, where does it bring us after this battle? Oops. Oh no! Why am I doing a battle as that 25% thing? Normally you would do one that doesn't have that, that's the whole point. But, oh, I guess it's just because we're using a controller. If we mash quick enough, it's like we don't even need to deal with those loading screens. Interesting. But yeah, the actual gnome drop rate, even though it doesn't seem like it, should be exactly the same for this game mode. It's just that we're winning quicker so that we're technically getting more gnomes. Because the gnome rate is just based on when you win. I don't know, maybe we'll go do some challenges. I kind of prefer the at least slight variation of Explore. But, and also we're getting like 0 gold. You can see right there we got 26. Normally we'd be getting like, what, 500 something, 600 something. And our trait stones on average would be lower rarity. But other than that, it's pretty much the exact same. Yeah, let's go do, what was the other trait stone we need? I think Mist of Scales first should be okay. Yeah, that's fine. A lot of weak stuff. Yeah, we'll go challenge. We'll go do challenges for a little bit. It's a lot more consistent. Like every single battle is going to be the exact same. So all we do is that. Hopefully get our mana, throw Sunbird dead, repeat, and just spam the controller so we get through all these menus in basically 0 seconds. Almost. At least much quicker than manually clicking it. For Warren's camping team, what would be a good replacement for Infernus? Ketris, right? Yeah, you could use Ketris. But yeah, Ketris the Bull if you have it. Basically, every single thing I'm going to say is a mythic for the most part. I guess maybe Grapple Pot if you need something that's lower rarity. She's currently in the event key drop table. I don't think it'll work as good, but she's literally in the drop table right now, so she's pretty accessible. Whenever we build a team and troops, it'll be great to add team testing there. Team testing to where? Also, hello, Lieb. Welcome. Why doesn't Cedric get a bag in the corner during a vault event? Oh, I never noticed that. Does he actually not have a bag? That's weird. Let me go open a vault key real quick. Let's go waste 1 vault key just to check. Might as well. We haven't opened any, and we probably won't be opening any other than this one. But, yeah, let's go open a vault key real quick. Yeah, I won't show it on this screen. But yeah, let's see. Does he actually not have one? I never paid attention to that. Apparently we got mail. No, he has one. He has one. 1 shiny bag. Let's see, what do we get? It's probably the only Volky we're opening. So let's see. Can we get something good from it? Nope. Wow. Wow. That's, yeah. Oh, we're gonna have super ultra bad luck today. This is also why we're not opening Volkies, I guess. That is horrific. A useless common, 100 souls, and 5,000 gold. Wow, that's bad. Okay, let's go back to challenge farming, I guess. Or explore farming, either or. Yes, it is possible to get the Delve troops in legendary tasks, unfortunately. It's the only place other than the Underworld for via shards where you can actually get them. Because they never show up in Soulforge. Yeah, Cedric will never have a bag during regular battles, ever. And the gnomes will only have it if it's a real gnome. But yeah, at this rate, we'll give out our first, I almost said our first Volt key. We'll give out our first redeem code when we finally get a Volt key. We'll still give one even if we get 0, but we better not get 0. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. And we'll probably stream until we reach Frostmage 70, or a little bit further than that, but definitely at least till 70. The stream is not stopping until we have level 70 Frostmage. And we're only on 64 at the moment, so we'll be here a while. So it doesn't matter where you explore to get the Vault keys. Nope, doesn't matter at all. You could try going in an area that has more blues if you want. If you're doing explore, so you can get the event done a little bit better, but or a little bit quicker. So if you're doing it a bunch, it probably won't even matter. But hey, finally a drop that isn't awful. That's sad that that's our worst drop so far. But yeah, the location where you farm has no effect on gnomes. The only thing that will choose your location is where you currently need trait stones from. Wherever you currently need more arcanes from is basically where you would go and farm. So if you need arcanes for whatever legends or mythics you might have, or preemptively getting it for something like maybe farming red purples to try to get it for future troops like Azarus and stuff, if you don't already have them. If you want to test a team that you built, you need to set it in your defend team and then go to the fight but they put the ability to team and troop menu. Oh wait, did they actually add that recently? I didn't see that in the patch notes. Or are you saying that that's something that they should add? It would make sense if you could. But they already technically have it in the game. It's not too big of a deal to go over to defends to do it, switch it out. Because current PvP defend team is pretty irrelevant, so you can just if you have to change it to something to test it, it doesn't really matter much. Because regardless of your defend team is good or bad in arena, that means in PvP it means nothing. Hello, Ellen, welcome. Any plans to release any new gnomes? I don't know if they are. They probably will be, but to my knowledge, there aren't any planned yet. I'm not sure. But no, I don't believe there's any new gnomes coming. Though with that being said, there is one thing I want to go check real quick, and that is exactly what you just said. Let's see. What am I looking for? I'm looking for this. Return to main menu. Go to upcoming troops. And let's type in gnome. I don't believe there are any. Because what else could they really put it towards? Actually, there's plenty of things. But, let me see. Gnome. Nope. No gnomes are planned for the next several months. Unless they have a change of plan. How far do we currently know up to? Yeah, we know up to the end of April, and there are no gnomes currently planned between now and the end of April. So we still have some time before, way before that. So maybe we will start opening our vault keys a little bit within that time. But I don't know. Because if they do add another one, I kind of want to go and make sure we get it. But then again, I also want to have the resources so we can actually use them. I don't know, with that being said, maybe we do open every vault key we find. I don't think I'm going to open any of the stash, but we'll probably open whatever we find. So if we find a vault key, we'll open it. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, let me go back to Explore. I do actually prefer Explore. It feels like we're actually getting more done. Then the variation makes it seem like it's a little bit more different. Plus we need the blue kills anyways. Plus we immediately get a gnome for no reason. Haha, a key gnome. That would be great. Though you know that almost every single drop's going to be like useless gold and glory keys. Very few of them would actually be gem-in events. And there's no way they would add VIP keys to it. Hello, Dennis. Welcome. Every color but brown is used for gnomes? Oh no! You know what? Maybe they will do a key gnome then. Because the brown task from your guild gives mostly gold keys and glory keys. And if they were to ever add a gnome that was called a key gnome, it would pretty much just drop mostly gold keys and glory keys. Oh no, it's going to be a key gnome. Oh no, we'll have to see. But yeah, that actually does sound like it would be a key gnome then. But no, there's currently no plans in the next several months from what I can tell. That doesn't mean they won't do one. They can change or add it, but doesn't seem like they are yet. Yeah, we're getting, I believe the next kingdom is the rat kingdom. Wait, we're actually getting a dinosaur kingdom? That's pretty cool. Dinosaurs are already pretty cute. We don't really have that many in the game either. The closest kingdom that we even have that's kind of oriented towards that is kind of Pride Lands. Kind of, not even really. You know I love spiders. I do not love spiders. Also, I'm actually really surprised. This winter, there's like no spiders around in the house. Normally when the weather starts getting cold, they all like to come inside. But, I don't know, I haven't been seeing any. I'm going to probably jinx that now too. But, yeah, there's been a surprisingly no amount of spiders around. Still the occasional palmetto bug cockroach thingy. But, no spiders. Hey, that's probably why there's so many of those bugs, because there's no spiders that to killing them off. Wait, was that Dinosaur Kingdom? I didn't even look at the troop art. I've always looked at the troops, but I didn't realize... Let me see. I don't know, those look more like rats than dinosaurs to me. Let's see. That one is... Okay, that one's a lizard riding a reptile. So I guess that one's technically a dinosaur. This one's just a snake-like thing. It looks like a snake dragon. Does it actually count as a dragon? No, it counts as a naga beast. That one's just a rat thingy. Yeah, this doesn't look like dinosaurs. And the other one is a reptile-like thingy. Yeah, one of them kind of does. But, I don't know, the other three, one of them is just like a naga snake dragon thing, and the other two are just variations of like reptile or a rat. What kingdom is next upcoming faction tied to? Good question. I actually do not know off the top of my head. I believe it's for Mist of Scales, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not 100% certain on that, which would make sense because one of them's a naga, and not mainly because one of them's a naga. But yeah, it should be Mist of Scales, I would assume. The banner is even similar to it. Also, Mist of Scales is really heavy on poison, so it makes sense if they made the bleed troops also available in Mist of Scales. Since they're both basically the same mechanic, just different. And they do stack, by the way. You can poison and bleed something. Come on, heater. Turn off. Come on. Turn off! Peter? Hello? Hello? It does not want to go through the green screen this morning. Hey, that does remind me, does Mr. Scales actually gain anything? Because it does have a hero class. How close does that bring it with 4 additional troops? Oh! Ooh! We get an extra armor. It's not as exciting as extra HP or anything, but yeah, 4 troops would bring it to 12 star then, right? Yeah, 12 star. I think. It's either 11 or 12. Should be 12. But, yeah, 4 troops would push it over. Sweet. Oh, no. You know what? I should start saving all my shards for that, instead of spending it on whatever I'm spending it on now, which is trying to get those other 2 maxed. Yeah, I need to start saving every shard we get for, Oh, this is what someone was saying when we got Xander. Yeah, we can unfortunately get Delve troops. Delve troops, Underworld troops from legendary tasks. It's the only location they ever pop up other than the Soul Forge. Other than the whatever they're called, the portals. But yeah, we need to actually start saving it instead of spending all of our shards. I need to start saving it for next faction because I do need to make sure, since it is a faction that will go immediately into an armor bonus, I need to make sure we get that armor bonus. But it should be pretty easy. All we need is one more level 18 from the kingdom. That's going to be super easy to do. I don't think we have any currently that can be. Let me see. Kingdom power. No, we already have all 17 of them currently maxed. But we're going to need one more of those maxed in order to get it. But that should be pretty easy. We could probably do that with the epic, since we'd be buying up to the weapon. Oops, why am I going to Underworld? No need to be there today. What we do need, though, is more Explorer. What's the vault key count currently? I am at 0 as far as vault key count. We'll be giving out a redeem code the first time we find a vault key today. If we find a vault key today. 500 glory, nice. We'll still have a redeem code regardless of stream at some point. But we'll have it immediately once we find a vault key. Titan and Thief are the main 2 to level up. As far as other alternatives, having stuff like Rune Priest and Frostmage are pretty nice. Rune Priest is used on various defend teams, as well as Frostmage being used for same thing, various defend teams. Other than that, it really just depends on what kind of effects you want. Things like Assassin could be okay for its skull spam. And it really, with the rest, like I mentioned, it really just depends on what kind of effects you want. Almost every single hero class, except for a few, like Knight, are useful in ever so certain circumstances. Some of them are just pure useless, though, like Knight and stuff. But, yeah, the main ones are only really Titan and Thief. And then Frostmage and Rune Priest for defense. They both work pretty good for various Guild War defend teams. And I will be covering a video on that soon. I just, with everything this week, I've just been called up, unfortunately. Of course, of all the weeks, it would be this week that the patch would end up coming out. But, yeah, I will be getting those videos out soon. Still been meaning to. The one on Thief hero class itself, the one on just the general stuff from the new patch, just to re-sum it up in a quick video. And just going over literally every hero class, like a full breakdown. I've done it many times on stream. This one as a video, because obviously not everyone's going to be watching the 49-minute mark of a several-hour stream to find that info. So I want it in its own little video eventually, which we'll be doing soon. Soon, TM. Been pretty happy with Guild Wars score today. 9,600. What on earth did you use to score that high? I haven't scored over 9,600 for a while now. We do have teams that we set that could theoretically do it, but our highest score even this week was only 9,500. Actually, I think it was 2 below 9,500. So good afternoon, Antiton. Welcome. Got a soul gnome. Hopefully he drops Volkey. Come on, first Volkey. Know you want to give it to us. Volkey, go, boom. Nope, useless 5,000 souls. That's actually a pretty decent amount of souls. You know, useless to us. We have more souls than we ever need. Oh, I didn't even really make much of an announcement for it because it's kind of trivial these days. But we did reach 4 million souls the other day. I didn't really make much mention of it. But yeah, we have over 4 million souls. It means nothing to us though. Until they start adding something that actually starts using souls again. Soulforge was supposed to sync souls, but it doesn't do it properly. Yeah, we got our Celestial as well. Nice. Celestial count, I believe, is almost over 500. I don't think anyone has 5-digit Celestials yet. Or even Arcanes, for that matter. That'd be insane if someone actually does, though. That'd be so many battles. They have over 10,000 Celestials. There are definitely people with over 1,000. I don't think anyone's over 10,000, though. Whoa, 2 HP. What are you doing? At 10% to save them. Ooh, that's an okay drop. 20,000 gold. It's not the greatest drop, but it's far from the worst. Glaceon, Infernus, Leprechaun, and Possessed King. Interesting. You know what? Maybe I should start using Leprechaun. I have in the past for some teams, but I haven't really used it extensively for the invasion purposes. I also haven't really tested it on a gnome team. I mean, on a goblin team, to see if it actually is better than Siren or not. Because even if it doesn't perform better than Siren, the way that it scores might actually take more points away from the enemy. But then again, I have no way of knowing that, unfortunately. But he does gain a lot of mana really consistently. Like Siren, there's a chance that it gains no mana at all. Whereas Leprechaun is guaranteed giving me some amount of mana. And the AI gaining more mana automatically reduces the enemy's score. And I'm not currently using Leprechaun for any defense. Were they not going to add another Dawnbringer-like weapon? Their original plan was to add a Dawnbringer-like weapon every few months, but then they didn't do it. I think their biggest concern was adding too many ridiculously strong weapons like Dawnbringer, which is why they haven't done it yet. And they're kind of just trying to figure out how to balance it if they do start doing that. But yeah, it's something they might do. It's something they mentioned in the past, like every 3 months or so, adding a new mythic weapon, basically every season. I think their other concern might have been that it would be too intimidating for newer players. Because imagine instead of just having to farm Dawnbringer, you had to farm 5 Dawnbringers. That's a lot of farming for a new player to have to do. Dawnbringer itself is already a lot of farming. But of course, you wouldn't necessarily need to get all of them. You would basically just go for whichever ones are best. Okay, where's red or purple? There's none. Just take whatever. Take a red, free turn, kill with that. Our level 385 is still nice. You're not sure you can go into specific of the team, but you can tell you one thing. Frostmage is awesome to stop these evil Dragonite teams. How would they stop it that much? Unless you end up getting a freeze on Brown. Hello, Tessos. Welcome. Is there a chance to get mythic troops if you play normal without pay money? Yes. It is possible to get literally everything in the entire game for free without ever spending any resources. It does take a little bit longer, particularly early game. But once you reach, like, late game, like, once you finally get yourself into a guild that can complete all guild tasks, within several months, you can't even really tell the difference between an account that has paid money and an account that hasn't paid money for the most part. They basically become the exact same thing. The only thing that money really does in this game is it speeds up getting past the initial hump of early game so that you can get into a better guild quicker. And it also then comes into play in super late game for 100% completion. It makes 100% completion just a little bit easier. But other than that, yeah, you could easily get everything, the whole thing in the entire game without ever paying anything. There are plenty of people that have 0 VIP, and probably even pride themselves on 0 VIP, that have literally every troop in the game. Probably even Zugoff. Well, maybe not Zugoff, but they probably have everything except Zugoff. There are people that are like that. There's not too many of them left, because most people by that point would at least buy at least a little bit of something in order to help support the devs, because they've probably played for quite a while if they have literally everything. But yeah, it's definitely possible to 100% with no spending. Or at least be able to get mythics and, you know, play normally everything. It just, the initial grind just takes a little bit longer. As long as you enjoy the game, it's not really that big of an issue. Yeah, freezing at the start of battle with Frostmage is really strong. They really need to add a mythic that freezes all enemies at the start of battle. I'm actually really surprised they haven't done that yet. If they did that and they gave the mythic a good ability, it'd probably be one of the most used to defend mythics in the game. Oh, only 1,000 souls, still better than nothing, I guess. Though it is pretty much nothing. Hey, Glory Gnome. Nice to see a little bit higher rate of gnomes all of a sudden. Come on, 1,000 Glory or Volkey. Oh, nice. What's kind of ironic is 1,000 Glory can be better value than a Volkey, especially after you saw the Volkey we just opened earlier. 5,000 gold, 100 souls, and a useless common. So 1,000 Glory is definitely better than that. But yeah, I do find that pretty funny though. That her drop is actually so solid that it is pretty consistently better than Volkey's. Unless Volkey's giving like a good Cedric drop, it's pretty much better than what the Volkey's drop. I'm actually really surprised how well they made Glory Gnome's drop table. It's 200 Glory, 500 Glory, and 1,000 Glory. And of course Volkey, like all the gnomes have. But supposedly, if we could finally find one today, still at 0 count for Volkeys. I feel like this is going to be one of those weekends again where we do go with a 0, even though we farm forever. But it only takes that one lucky hour to get like 5 of them. I'm probably going to be spending my Vault Keys when we find them. I'm going to be saving our reserve that we currently have, which is currently sitting at 9, because I used a couple of them. Well, only just the one earlier. But, yeah, I believe we're going to be spending them immediately. Any that we're getting from events I'll be saving, which should be enough. We only really need a few dozen for it, most likely. Oh no, we'll see. But at its current rate, if we're only going to be getting like 3 this weekend, we might as well just use them immediately. And at this rate, that does seem about the amount we're going to get, or less. But who knows? Depends how our luck goes. But yeah, today we'll be opening all of our Vault Keys when we get them. All 0 of them. But no, we should get at least 1 today, I hope. It's one of the main things we're even grinding for right now. That and getting class XP. No more defend mythics. I don't know. I don't mind the AI getting better defense stuff. Particularly things that the AI can actually use properly. As long as they allow proper counters for the player, I don't really see why the AI can't get better stuff to use. bulky, go. Or at least something worth gems. Nope. That awkward moment when the trait stone drop is better than the trait stone drop. Or of the gnome. But yeah, we got arcane, which is better than the 2 miners that he just dropped. That is sad. The arcane wasn't his drop, the 2 miners was his drop. Yeah, we ended up just getting a faction one as well. The useless Exandor. He has a death mark every single time he gets hit, which is basically nothing. I really wish more of the faction legendaries were viable. I think they make them so weak just so that everyone doesn't have easy access to like good legends, I guess. Or at least like absurdly good legends. But this next legend's actually not that bad. The one that's coming in on February 1st. Let's see, where'd it go? Unless they changed it. Let's see, where'd it go? Wait, is that it? Yeah. Give magic +1 attack to myself and all allies below me. So basically your entire team if it's in first slot. And explode a row for a bit of mana. It's a 16 mana cost. So essentially it's a gigantic attack boost troop. But what makes it good is it does bleed on every skull. But the most important part is it inflicts bleed on a random enemy on red gem matches, which basically means 1 or 2 of him will allow you to infinitely bleed. So due to him, it will be possible to now do bleed spam starting February 1st, meaning of the 3 new stats effect, bleed is going to be the first one that we are viably going to be able to use. But yeah, put 2 of them on your team, easily just loop into Alchemist Moneylender or anything you want to go do it to, and boom, you just got yourself all the bleed you ever need. And of course you can just do it with 1 as well. Should be interesting to see how he pans out. The first viable bleed troop added to the game. There are a few others coming with him too, but he's the most relevant of them, due to how good he is at bleeding. Yeah, we'll have to see how the new mechanic pans out. Should be a lot of fun to use. What it's going to be meta for, I'm not sure. But we'll have to see how he synergizes with stuff. One pretty funny thing that we could actually do too, though it'd probably be a little bit overkill, is since he does do an attack buff, we could put like a Ryan onto the team and he has a 75% true damage on his skull hits. And I believe that'd be a little bit overkill in a something like a bleed team, because that would get too many one-shots, whereas the whole point is to slowly kill the entire team at once with bleed, poison, and true damage. I think Weaver's probably going to be the best synergy, just because of the fact that its summon does end up benefiting from that attack as well, and just because of the double true damage hit that then explodes, and you can easily just double kill off the bleed and poison. Assuming you even add poison to it. You don't need to have poison with bleed, it's just a little bit extra damage. Bleed is definitely plenty enough. It does 10 damage per turn once you finally max stack it. 10 true damage too, not even normal. It's not even physical damage, it's true damage. You're pretty convinced that getting the 2 gnomes you need are going to be harder than getting a Zugaf? Yeah, you can get pretty unlucky on this sometimes. Unfortunately. That happens. And if they add another gnome, it's going to be even harder. Because the more gnomes they keep adding, the harder it is to get each specific gnome. Also, I'm almost at the point of getting Zugaf. If I was to convert every... Hey, level 66, nice. 4 more to go. But if I was to convert every single orb we had, we are only 1 blue orb away, or not 1 blue orb, sorry, 1 power orb away, which is 3 major blue orbs, away from having Zugaf. But I'm probably not going to convert at that point, just because we lose every small blue orb we have if I do that. But I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. Depends when Karkaroff finally gets 10 stars. Actually, when is Karkaroff getting 10 stars? Let me see. When's the next Karkaroff event? We're getting one on January 28th, but it's only bringing in 1 troop. I believe we need more than 1 troop for it to push over. Let me double check. I need to add 2 to whatever my troop total is, because there's Zugaf and then there's that thing. Let me see, does that push it over? And then there's another one on March 1st, apparently. Which will definitely push it over. So yeah, March 1st. Wait, is that a mythic? Oh, yeah, March 1st. We're getting a second Karkaroff mythic. It'll be the first kingdom in the game to get a second mythic. Also, why is the screen not doing anything? Come on, game, stop lagging. But, yeah, March 1st, we're getting the Karkaroff mythic. Let me see. Or, you know, the actual one that's not in Soulforge, which will allow you to 10-star it. But, let me see real quick. Because there's a possibility, if we only need 1 more Karkaroff troop, next week is actually, or not next week, but January 28th, which is 2 weeks from now, not next Monday, but the following Monday, might be 10-star Karkaroff. Let me double check. Which means anyone who owns a Zugaf will have it 2 months in advance, which is pretty big. That's a whole magic bonus. Let me see. Nope, never mind. Oh, no, yep. Oh, wow, interesting. You'll need to own Zugaf in order to... Oh, no. Oh, that's going to be for a while, too. Oh, that's super annoying. Yes, you need to own Zugaf in order to get 10-star on March 1st. Or not March 1st, March... what date was it? Oh, no, it is March 1st. Yeah, in order to own a... That's weird that it falls on a... That's weird. It falls on February 1st and then another February 1st thing. But anyways, yeah, you would need to have a Zugaf in order to have +1 magic starting March 1st, which would be the first instance of us getting a Magic Kingdom. But yeah, there's currently 3 more troops that will be able to be obtained for it. One is Zugaf. If you already own it, that'd be 18. Then there is the new troop that's coming out on the 28th, and not next week, but the following week. So I'll be bringing in the, what is that? The Wall of Tentacles. So another wall troop. Yeah, it functions just like the... Oh no, it's a little bit different. It's not of common, but still, it's called a wall. And other than that, we have the Varshdagon, which is going to be a mythic for the faction, for the kingdom. And while you can technically get to 10-star with that mythic, the biggest issue is going to be the fact that this number will not be high enough unless you own a Zugaf. It's only going to be 19 out of 20, but you need 20 out of 20. So yeah, it will actually require, as of March 1st, a Zugaf to get +1 magic. So if there was ever a time for us to consider getting a Zugaf, it will be on March 1st. So I don't know, maybe I do start trying for more leaderboards, because yeah, we're actually not within Zugaf range. Even if we convert everything we own, we will not be in Zugaf range. And for 1 magic, that's a pretty big deal, to have 1 magic forever for everything. Of course, we'd just be getting it quicker, but still, there's a good chance, since we're just getting the Karkaroff vent there, could be another like 6 months after that until we actually get that +1 magic. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, how many power orbs we have. The number of power orbs we have is, well, you convert these to every 4, so you just add that to the other thing. Let me check. Hero, class, not what I'm looking for. Wait, where's resources? Yeah, let's see. How many power orbs do we currently have? Obviously 0, but if we convert them, how many do we have? That's not where I need to check. Wait, what happened to my orbs? There we go. Okay, so this is every 4, and every 12 is one of the orbs. So you divide that by 12, that's 4 more. Wait, is it really that low? I thought we were a bit further than that. So that's 6. Oh yeah, we're actually not even at 7 yet. No, we're not even out of 7 out of 8. We're at 6.6 almost of the 8 that we need. Because I am 3 minor blues short of 7. And then we still need the whole 8th one as well. But we're almost there. In the amount of time we have, we could theoretically, if we convert everything, have the resources to get a Zugaf. And if that does happen, where we can get 1 extra magic from owning a Zugoff, I will actually convert every minor blue I have into it. It's something I don't really want to do, but if it's required for +1 magic, we kind of have to, just because that's a gigantic deal. Having that for basically the entire year before they do another event is pretty huge. But yeah, we'll see. That will be something we'll have to judge as time gets closer. Not something we could really foresee too much in advance. I'd also want to see a little bit deeper to see when we might get another Carecroft event. He's currently, we only know up till about April. Next patch would probably show us a little bit further. The next patch is probably coming sometime in, actually I don't even know, probably March I would say. No official date has really been given. Obviously we just got one, though it was a pretty small one, but still we did just get one. You're surprised that they didn't add power orbs to the top of Tower of Doom. Tower of Doom actually gives no orbs whatsoever. It was supposed to be kind of like Guild Wars, and that the main reward is supposed to be gems. But the way they set it up, the main reward is not gems. Not at all. Not even close. But yeah, raids is set up. Wait, why is this battle so strong? But, I don't know. Tower of Doom is set up really strangely. The reward system for it. It's very lackluster. Oh, no wonder why they were so strong. I was using, really? Whoops. Well, that would explain why they were strong. But I was using my Explore team for that. I didn't even realize that. Fail. That is not what you're supposed to use against it, but we got it done. I wonder why the devs didn't include a power... Oh, never mind. I just read that already. Okay, we'll have our first redeem code once we find a vault key. It's currently what we're working towards. I would say we wouldn't end this stream until we get a vault key, but I'm not going to say that because I'll probably be here for 2 days. If that's going to be the parameter. No, but hopefully we get one in the next hour or so. You should, in theory, get one every 1 to 2 hours. Like, if you're not getting one every 2 hours of playing at this win rate, you're getting ultra unlucky. Which can happen. And we're heading towards that point. Okay. Because we can get about 20 gnomes per hour, approximately, give or take. And the drop rate of vault keys is like 1 in 15 during this event. Around there. Maybe a little bit rarer than that. Maybe like 1 in 25, but still. It's to the point where we should easily be getting one every 2 hours. Need Zugoff for 10 stars? How so? What's the other troop then? Am I forgetting one? What other troop is coming in that would allow us to 10 star it? Like, I know about that mythic. That would be making it so you kind of don't need Zugoff. But for my counts, you're going to need 20 troops. And without Zugoff, it's only going to be 19. Instead of 20. It'd be 1 short. What do you think of sacrificing some Guild War defense score for better chances of defend wins? For example, using 6 different Dragon Eye teams? No, I don't think that's worth it. I don't think that would ever be worth it. I would say always go for pure unique, because you lose a lot of points for not doing that. Doing Dragon's Awe in every team would lose you 3,000 points. Which is basically like automatically losing a battle. And you also have to keep in mind, your defend teams being good might not even matter. Unless you're like the paragon of your guild, or if you're fighting like the top few people in your guild. Because you have to keep in mind too, even if you were to Paragon, and even if you said Dragon's Eye to every single team, that doesn't even necessarily mean you're going to be up against the best guilds in the game. If you are not up against the 2 best guilds in your bracket, your defend teams don't even really matter at all, as long as you're unique. Because you setting good defend teams is not going to lower their score, since they are never going to fight you on that given week. So, in that case, you're actually just sabotaging your own score against them. You're basically just lowering it by 3,000 without even making them lose at all. So it's really situational. But personally, more often than not, I would say no. It is never, almost never, worth doing something like that. There might be situations where there are. Like if you're up against like literally the top 3 that you already know are going to be the top 3 in the guild on a given week, and you're like Paragon or at least second in command. But unless it's that, I wouldn't really say it's worth it. It wouldn't be most of the time. Just make sure they're all unique and keep them just good unique teams. And even if they lose a bit more, at least you're still getting full points. Why am I farming vault keys? Because we just need the general resources from it. Even if we don't get anything like unique from it, we still need the orbs, we still need the keys in them, and stuff like that. Even though our reserves are high, one of the reasons they're high is because we always make sure to get any amount of good resources when we can. And these events do help with that, if it would actually give us good drops. Also, I need to be farming this hero class anyways, so if anything else, it's just giving us more resources while farming it. These times are the best times to do soul farming, to do hero class leveling, and all that kind of stuff. So if we're going to bother having to do this, we might as well do it during an event, since we'll get more loot for doing this. If we were doing this exact same thing not during an event, we'd still be doing this, it's just we wouldn't be getting all the gnomes. We might as well do it while we have the chance of getting gnomes. I mentioned that devs were going to put a troop in that had my avatar. What happened to that? Oh, intellectual property issues. It's actually one of the reasons why there's no crossovers in this game as well. There's just a issue with that, with their publisher and everything. Because you have to keep in mind, the game company does have a publisher, and they do have to do some things based on that. Also, the copyright is basically like shared between them. Like they don't own all the rights to the game and everything like that. It's shared with the Infinity Plus 2, or Infinity Plus 2 is the main developers. But their publisher is 505 Games, and they call some of the shots with stuff, and they own some of the copyrights, or basically like a shared copyright. I don't know all the details with everything, but it was mainly issues with intellectual property. It might be something that they will have a system for in the future, like when they do start doing crossover stuff with other games, if they ever start doing that. But at this current moment in time, they did not have that infrastructure set up with 505 Games and everything. So it is something that may eventually happen, but in the current state of the game, probably not anytime soon, unfortunately. But yeah, it'd probably happen eventually. Hello, September Blick. Is the final trait for Frostmage good? No. More often than not, it's not. You just get an elemental bonus. If you happen to have a few elementals in the team, it could be okay. She does not count as elemental, though. Really, beyond level 70, you don't need to go any further, which is what we're currently working towards this stream. Hey, you got your first key. Nice. What did you get from it? Or are you saving it? Okay, we'll grab, I'll take the purple, because it gives us full mana, kill it, dead. Does difficulty matter inside of a vault? No. Difficulty has no effect on the loot that you get from a vault key. Always set it on normal. Anything higher than that's just a waste. I don't even know why they allow you to set difficulty, because it doesn't increase your loot at all. And it's kind of confusing, because it kind of seems like it might, but it doesn't. They really do need to remove difficulty from that. Hello, Kevin. Welcome, and good morning. Yeah, Titan is the best hero class overall, but there's a lot of hero classes that can very situationally be used for other stuff. That makes it better than Titan. Yeah, Titan's basically in its own tier of hero class. Every single hero class is basically just compared to how well it does compared to Titan. Like, what does it do better than Titan is basically how you compare every hero class in the game to see if it's actually viable or not. Otherwise, you just use Titan. Oh, that was almost not enough damage to kill. Mainly because he gets so much HP, extra 20 as well, if he actually had the trait there. Best you've gotten today is 3 vault keys. Our best drop today has actually been 1,000 glory. That is how bad our drops have been. Not even our vault key dropped anything better. The one that we opened just to test something. Actually, that was probably our worst thing ever. We got gnomes that have dropped better than that. Because all it dropped was 5,000 gold, a useless common, and 100 souls. One of the worst vault keys I've seen. Come on. Yeah, I haven't gotten a vault key, I haven't gotten event keys, I haven't gotten gem keys. Our best gem drop was only 5 so far. We're already over an hour in. But yeah, it just seems like one of those unlucky weekends, unfortunately. It happens, though. A vault key implies treasures, I know, right? Oh no, the biggest thing that holds vault keys back is all those commons that are over top Cedric. The problem is if they were to remove that, they would probably nerf all the other loot. But I really feel like every gnome should drop itself. Treasure gnomes drop treasure gnome, Cedric drops Cedric, soul gnome drops soul gnome. That's not how it is though. Currently Cedric just drops all of them. But every gnome should be able to drop itself at a really high rate. And now we keep getting battles with no gnomes. Make it even harder to try to get a vault key if we get drops. Do you know the drop rate of arcane trait stones in Explore? They might have changed it over time. The last I recall, it's around 8% chance that you get an arcane in Explore. It is approximately 8%. It's about 3% outside of Explore, and it's about 8% in Explore. Approximately. Give or take about 1%. What is the best team for Queen Mab right now? You were trying to make it work with Valkyrie and Borealis, but it doesn't seem to work well. Oh no, you would never really actually use Queen Mab and Borealis together. Even though it kind of seems like you would. But they just don't really work together, unfortunately. But I don't know, Justice teams are about to still the best way to go if you're using it offensively. And that would be teams like Corvash, Valkyrie, Justice, Queen Mab, or anything first slot like Hero, so you gain leveling, followed by Valkyrie, Justice, Queen Mab. It's still basically the strongest Queen Mab team, doesn't really change. Just because Justice gains so much value out of her. She's mostly just used these days for defend though. Very rarely would I say invade with her, because more often than not, Queen Titania is a better invasion troop than her, if you're trying to use it offensively. Like, Yagway Queen Titania teams are basically all the new Queen Mab teams now, because you don't really bother with Queen Mab offensive. If you're putting Queen Mab in your team, you're specifically using it to try to freeze the enemy. So like Goblin teams, or just on defend, or any other circumstance where freeze is really crucial. Otherwise, Queen Titania and other options are better. Queen Titania is essentially Queen Mab, but the damage source of Queen Mab. Queen Mab is basically defensive, and Queen Titania is offensive. Who's my favorite troop design-wise? I've always liked Dragon Soul a lot. Sunbird I like as well. Bonnie Rose is pretty nice. And Famine was pretty cool too. And yeah, that's most of them. Quite a few nice, interesting troops though. That recent dragon they added last month was pretty interesting as well. 200 glory. Even her worst drop is decent. Always wonderful to see a glory gnome. That's much better than getting like 2 minor trait stones or 100 souls or 2 diamonds or something. Yeah, we're most likely going to have Imp of Love Battle Crasher for Valentine's Day and Leprechaun for what's it called? For St. Patrick's Day. I don't see why they would. A good PvP team other than Key? Yagway Queen Titania. Alchemist, Moneylender, Yagway Queen Titania. Or Flame of Fire, Tapon, oh sorry, wrong order. Flame of Fire, Yagway, Tapon, Queen Titania, or if you don't have that, Mountain Crusher or Dragon's Eye into Yagway, Tapon, Queen Titania. Also, anything with Gorgotha in first slot, followed by a mana generator, or Gorgotha first slot, followed by like Infernus or something, a mana generator, and then 1 other troop is pretty decent. Really, even just anything with Gorgotha in first slot, pretty decent. Just put a bunch of damages behind it. And 4 times Divine is still really decent. Basically anything with Divine-ish follow, followed by like Divine Protector in first slot or Mountain Crusher, followed by, in first slot, followed by like Infernus or any of the bigger Divines, and just end it with a Divine-ish follow. Divine Ishbala into Forest Guardian is still pretty nice skull spam. Skull spams in general, like Doom Skull spams, are still pretty viable for PvP. Let's see, what other options are there? Most of them. There's probably a few others I'm missing. Those are the main ones. Yeah, they should add a Brexit troop. Hey, how is Brexit going, by the way? Anyone around actually dealing with that? Haven't really been following that much. Hey, a gem key. Well, it's not a vault key, but it's the best drop we've gotten so far from a gem value perspective. That's basically worth 9 gems, or 10, depends how you look at it. I just consider it 9, because if I'm ever going to bother opening keys, I'm opening them in bulks for the better value, if I'm going to be spending gems on them. Hey, finally got a vault key, nice. Hopefully we'll have one soon, too. Hey, level 67, we're almost there. But yeah, we're not ending the stream until Frostmage is 70, for sure. And then after that, we're still going to keep using Frostmage, but then we get better board. Since we get an explosion every time we extra turn. Yes, beasts have a class, it's Warden. It's a pretty underwhelming hero class, it's one of the worst in the entire game, but it does count as a beast. And if you're running a Forest Guardian team, using Warden does allow you to half mana start while using any hero weapon. The way it's going now, Brexit might get cancelled. Fail. A major orb of growth. Ouch. That sounds like our drop rate right now. Except we didn't even get to see a shiny orb to be disappointed with. Got your first vault key. 2k gold, 4k gold, 60k gold, 5 gems. Yay. Well, not the worst you can get. Yeah, that's only like 15 minutes of gold farming. At least this late in the game. Should have taken those browns. Never mind, we didn't need it. Yeah, here in America, I'm kind of just hoping they finally fix healthcare eventually. Like, I almost don't care who's in. Like, just fix healthcare. No, I actually do care, but that's probably one of the biggest issues for me these days. Because, gosh, is our healthcare system broken in here in America. Like, so ridiculously broken. Let's see. Okay, we'll take a brown there. Start explosion. Get a sunbird. Politics over here in the UK is a joke. Haven't followed it in a while. Keep going around in circles. As of recently, I haven't been following it as much. I was following it quite a bit in the past. I've still kind of been following it here and there, but not like extensively. I wish they would stop doing fake gnomes. The fact that that's even possible in Explorer is really annoying. That wasn't always the case either. But if nothing else, the only good thing about fake gnomes is they all are common, so they have really low durability. They're actually pretty easy to kill. So I guess they're, in a way, they're actually a good thing. You game and watch YouTube to get away from politics. Sounds like a plan. At least Britain's government is working right now. That's something America doesn't have right now. Yeah, government shutdown. What day is it right now? Day 26 of the shutdown? I don't even know. Haven't really been keeping track. I just know it's been almost a month now. I didn't even realize it was shut down until like a few weeks into it, though. I don't think until like the second week of January did I really notice. And that's a little bit annoying too, because I have flight plans. I was gonna have some this month, but ended up getting delayed for a bunch of various reasons. But I do still have plans, most likely for mid-February, to go see some family. And yeah, hopefully TSA is still functioning by then. Also, I heard something randomly somewhere is that price of tickets are actually slightly going up just because of TSA being shut down. I don't know how accurate that is, so I haven't actually bothered checking the pricing. Hopefully not, though. "28 days, take the bus." Oh no, it's way too long to take a bus. It is a like 12-hour car ride. It'd probably be like a 3 to 4 day bus ride with how many transfers it would need. I have taken buses before, but normally locally. I've never taken one like across states before. And actually, with how cheap the flight is, it's actually cheaper to fly than it is to bus, oddly enough. Busing's only really good for short distances. Road trip? I don't drive, though. I don't drive, and I don't own a car. And even if I was to use the household's car, it's so worn down that it would never be able to survive that long of a trip. But no, I have done that road trip before with family. Not recently, though. There's not really too many things to stop by in between, though, that I haven't already done. The one thing we always do if we are going through that area is Maryland crab cakes. They actually do have pretty good crab cakes. That and just testing the food in every single state as well. Also, it is surprisingly different. Amazing how different some fast food places can taste compared to others. Like, literally the exact same everything, yet some places are just way, way better than others. Strange. Okay, where are all the gnomes? Actually, we're probably getting some. I was just distracted. I like the distractions, though. Let's see. I'll get another firebomb down, might as well. Get into Sunbird, kill out everything, take our reds, dead. Come on, let's go. You! Easy kill. Almost next level, too. We might even gain level 1,400 this weekend. Probably not, but we should get a little close. Definitely going to make progress towards it, that's for sure. I believe we only got 1 armor when we hit there for hero, but hey, that's 1 more armor for every battle. It's not really going to come into play that often, but still 1 armor is 1 armor. I'd bring it to 75, 70 something. I say 70 something because it gains like, how much did it gain? It only gained 1, so that means it normally has 71, 74. Oh no, his 25% spell reduction actually made him live. Hello, Gale, welcome. Welcome, welcome, and good afternoon. Let's see, take Sunbird down, throw that up. Hello, Ben, welcome as well. Also, I have no clue what that joke is. I used to actually own a rooster as well. A rooster and 3 chickens. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, the New Jersey mayor at the time thought it was a good idea to release like coyote-like things. I think they were coyotes. To basically eat the deer population. But all they did instead was eat everyone's cattle. They ate cats, they ate the dogs, they ate all the chickens, they ate some of the horses, they ate basically everything except the deer that they were sent out to go eat. They didn't attack humans though, oddly enough. But they still found like everything else. Forest Guardian, Beastly Bow, Queen Aurora, and Warden is working nicely. Yeah, Beastly Bow with Warden, with Forest Guardian is pretty decent. So you can get a whole team built up around it with a bunch of the beasts. Okay, we get a useless 100 soul drop. Oh, you've stopped using Skeleton Key? Oh no, I kind of like Skeleton Key. It is a little bit annoying to use over time. I still find it really fun though. It's just on those teams that counter it properly, it's really, really annoying. But I don't know, just for general use, I still really love the way it plays. I do miss using proper exploders sometimes though. Or even just board control stuff, because that team does lack any board control. It is board clear, but no board control. Which are distinctly different. Distinctly. Board control is whenever you manipulate the board in order to actually, like, get extra turns, get 5 times, do various things with it. Or just make sure that the enemy doesn't get anything from it. Board clear is just when you throw an explosion or destroy everything, or basically anything that clears almost the entire board, or literally the entire board. For a new board. And in those cases, you're basically just hoping on luck to give you extra turns, whereas with board control, you can specifically see, for the most part, where your board manipulation is actually going to give you an extra turn, or what it's going to give you. Let's see, we'll get our explosion there. Get Sunbird down. Raph, Withering Staff, Possessed King, and Skyla is very good explosion team. Oh yeah, that's a pretty funny team. People have suggested that to me before. I think we still even have it set as one of our Possessed King teams. But yeah, he's a really funny troop. There's a guy in our guild who plays Arena exclusively using Dawnbringer. He averages 10,000 to, 12,500 trophies per week. He earns a lot of souls and glory keys too. Yeah, of course, if you're completing through that many. What's his average win rate for an Arena run? because I generally consider an average to be around 10 or so. It can be done a bit quicker than that, but I don't know. It takes about 1 minute per battle, and then there's drafting, and then whatever downtime in between. Okay, I wanted to go check to see if this pet is maxed. I believe we still need a few more copies. Should be at Legendary. Well, let's backtrack and go get it. Also, we almost got that level. Also, I did click the back button. It's just lagging. Yeah, I don't care for Arena much. I don't find it boring. It's just the loot system just for it is just kind of lackluster. I do wish they would add a higher rarity arena, though. Like an epic, legendary, mythic arena. Like, they have enough rarities for it. They have a common, rare, ultra rare. Why not do a epic, legendary, mythic, like with like traits and everything? It'd be a great way to show people all the troops and everything. Yeah, Dawnbringer is super ridiculously overpowered in Arena. It's nearly a 100% chance of winning, and you win at a lot quicker rate than any other weapon. The next alternative, if you don't have Dawnbringer's Runic Blade, it's very similar, except it takes longer to win. But every single time you get a kill with Runic Blade, you basically auto-win. It's because it gives so much stats. It's only 10 to all stats, but in Arena, 10 to all stats is a ridiculously huge amount of stats. Also, why is this taking so long? I might just restart the game. If it doesn't go in, like, the next 10 seconds, I'll probably just restart the game. Okay, let's just restart the game. Close the program. Cancel. Okay, let's open it through Steam. While I'm doing this, let me see if I can recalibrate the controller. I still haven't bothered doing that yet. I believe I can actually do that off the Steam menu here. Let me see. Is there not a drop-down menu for that? Let's see, would properties have it? No. That's just all the things. Let's see. Set launch options. Because I believe there's a menu that can pop up initially. I forget how to actually get it to pop up, though. It allows you to set some of the other settings. And that's apparently not it. Oh, well, I'll worry about it later. But I do want to try fixing this controller to actually use the correct key. It's still not bound to A. For whatever reason, it thinks Y is A. Which isn't that big a deal, but it's kind of a big deal. No. Actually, if I switch it, I'm probably going to start clicking Y when I meant to be clicking A. Probably going to happen. But anyways, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Anyways, pet time. Let's go and see what this thing is. Nope, it's already maxed. All that just to see it's already maxed. Fail. Well, event's done. Get over event keys. Super easy. I guess we'll go back to challenges for a little bit. First challenge of Vineyard Fields. Were you weak? Yes, you were. Let's go camp this for a little while. Well, keyboard does basically nothing. Well, I use all three, basically. All three inputs. I use mouse, keyboard, and controller, which is basically the quickest combination we could ever get, for the most part. The only thing that could make it even quicker than that is if we also added touchscreen to it. But my laptop is not touchscreen, so I can't do that. Actually, does Gems of War even work with a touchscreen? A laptop? I've never bothered testing that, because I don't normally bother with touchscreen stuff. Obviously, it does on mobile. I've never tried it with a actual computer. But anyways, what controller do I use? I use the, it's a Nintendo Switch controller, but you could use it for basically anything. It's a USB, just a standard USB controller that looks like a GameCube controller, essentially. But it's basically just a Nintendo Switch Pro controller, wired USB controller that is shelled in a GameCube case. It's, what was the exact name of it? The Power A GameCube, USB GameCube controller, I believe it's called. It's a $25 controller, really cheap. And while it's made for Nintendo Switch specifically, because it has all of the keys for it, like the home button, the plus and minus, and the screenshot button, which I guess I could technically bind other stuff. But you can still use it for anything that accepts a USB controller. So like all PC gaming and whatever else it might be compatible with. Yeah, I just like GameCube controllers. Out of any controller I've ever used, I've just had the most time using GameCube controllers. So I just like having that format. Because during my childhood, I definitely had the most amount of playtime on GameCube. So I'm just most used to that setup for a controller. It's also really good for anything that requires a heavy amount of A input, because the A button is literally the biggest button on the controller. Of course, that's not what I currently have it bound to, but since that's literally the only key I actually use, it would make it very helpful if I ever bother rebinding it to that A. There's no controller that I am aware of that has a bigger A button than a GameCube controller. It's not actually a GameCube controller though, it just looks like one. Oh, it does work with a touchscreen laptop. But yeah, that would be the absolute quickest way to play this game for the most part. If you had mouse, keyboard, any controller with an A input, and touchscreen, that is the absolute quickest you could ever play this game. Though, realistically, you don't really need a touchscreen. The only thing that would really optimize is swiping gems for the most part, because you wouldn't have to have any delay with the cursor moving. You could just have a few fingers set up and easily move it that way. Though to a degree, I guess that would also cancel itself out, because your hand would kind of be blocking the screen occasionally here and there, which would probably slow you down. Unfortunately, your touch laptop is trash. I've never actually had a touch laptop. I've seen them before, I've used them before, but I've never actually specifically owned one myself. I just haven't really had much of a need for it. I generally don't really use things with screens, so I'm not like as used to like having to like touch a screen. Like I'm still even just surprised whenever I see like a screen thing. It's like, oh, I can actually click things instead of moving something else. It still doesn't really process sometimes. Like even with the Nintendo Switch, I forget that it's even a touchscreen thing. It's like, oh yeah, I can just click. I don't have to do anything else. How many vault keys? 0. We are currently at 0 vault keys. We're going strong on 0. We did open 1 vault key and it had complete trash in it, but we didn't actually obtain it. We're just opening one for the sake of opening one. But it had 5,000 gold in it, 100 souls, and a useless common. Or did I say souls? I meant gold. But yeah, really unlucky so far. Our loot in general has been pretty abysmal this time around. Oh, that happens. We'll get those lucky hours eventually. If nothing else, we're getting Frostmage leveled. Which I've definitely been needing to do for a while now. Also, we're ending this stream once we finally get 70, or around that time. I'm not ending the stream until we have that leveled. Something I've been meaning to do for a while. And this entire weekend we're going to be working towards that further as well. There we go, get our gnome kill. What do we have? Event key! That's oddly enough the best drop we've gotten so far. Unfortunately, it's not a vault key though. That's worth 14 gems. Oh yeah, we're getting a lot of trick stones too. Don't need it in the current economy of the game, but they will be needed sometime later this year. They're stocking up now, so we don't need to worry about it later as well is nice. Or really just farming in general during normal events is nice. You just get more loot for doing what you would already be doing. Oh, there we go, level 68. 2 more levels to go. Let's see, how much time is that? Oh, we can actually get that done in an hour. I keep overestimating how much time that actually takes, but yeah, we can actually get that done in 1 hour. That's 137 HP? Somewhere's around there, 130 something. But yeah, it's pretty easy to do. Because we're getting over 180 per hour doing what we're doing right now. We can easily win once every 20 seconds, and that's 180 HP per hour. And really, we're almost getting more towards like 200 plus, just because we're actually winning a little bit quicker than one every 20 seconds. Especially since we're doing challenges now. We're probably almost closer to one every 15 seconds, which is, what is that? 2040? Yeah, 240 XP per hour. How are trait stones coming into the economy? We still don't know. But some kind of trait stone sink is being added sometime this year, most likely. They haven't really mentioned details with it other than that's likely something to occur. Okay, we got another gnome. Please drop Volky. Come on, Volky. So we can hand out a redeem code. Nope, no Volky yet. We'll grab all of our browns, grab the yellows. Never mind, that doesn't feed into it. I might use Firebomb. But once you finally have everything traded, it's pretty easy to keep everything traded. Hardest part is getting there initially. 5,000 souls. At least that's a good soul drop, but still not what we need. What's kind of funny is we're getting so many souls that it's basically like using a mid-range soul farming team. I think this particular hour we're actually at like a little over 20,000 souls between all the soul gnome drops and just soul drops in general. Mainly the soul gnomes, obviously, though. That resource doesn't have much value to me, but still, that's not bad. Better than manually farming souls. Oh gosh, we got another one. Better than manually farming souls, that's for sure. Let's see, what do we have? Nope, just more souls. No Volky yet. $7,500 souls in like 1 minute. New record. Yeah. Actually, I think we've gotten 15,000 souls before. 5,000 to 5,000 to 5,000 within a few minutes. Well, have a good day, Larry. Hope the two of you spend some good time together. Why am I doing challenges? It barely gives any gold. I was mainly doing Explore earlier. Main reason I shifted over to challenges is because why not? It is ever so slightly better rate of winning, just because you have a 100% chance that they're going to die in one shot, compared to Explore where it's questionable if they will. But yes, Explore is better. The only reason I'm really doing challenges right now is because, mainly just due to challenges right now. There's a change in pace. But we will go back to Explore. Probably Explorer's Asian or something. But for now, yeah, we're just doing this. Doesn't make that big a difference. But yeah, we are getting like 500 something less gold per battle. That's probably even a little bit more than that we're losing. That we could potentially be getting if we were doing, what's it called? Doing Explore. Yeah, challenges are still nice. It's the quickest rate of wins you could ever get. The problem is, other than those wins, you're not really getting much else. It's a lot more consistent at winning 4 per minute, though, compared to Explore. 1,000 glory, very nice. Oh, we're at least getting some good drops. We're just not getting both keys. Or any of the gem-related ones. Well, I guess Glory technically is gem-related to a degree. I don't know what I'd really value 1,000 Glory as to a gem value, though. You would get, like, a few gems back just from opening 50 Glory keys. But you'd also get all the chances at Legend and Mythics, too, so I'm not sure. I guess I would value... Then again, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of undervaluing it. 1,000 Glory is technically, like, what? 40-something gems almost, in a way. Depending on how you look at it. Because I would definitely say I would definitely say 50 Glory keys is worth at least 5 gem keys. That's actually not really too bad then, if you think about it like that. Because then 5 gem keys are what? 45 gems. Meanwhile, you've got 1,904 treasure maps, and wouldn't mind a sync for those. Oh yeah, they have mentioned maybe doing something with that in the past, like maybe using multiple maps or something. They did mention specifically that they're buffing maps as well this year. What exactly that buff will be, we do not know, but I assume it would have some kind of way to multi-consume maps, if nothing else. Which would be a great way to finally sync maps. Because we're sitting on a pretty absurd amount of maps as well. I think we're sitting currently on, I don't want to know. I think it's over 5,000. Actually, let me go check. I'm curious. Okay, games. What am I looking for? I'm looking for maps. We are currently sitting on 7,204 maps. We almost have over 9,000! But, yeah, we'll have over 10,000 eventually. Anyways, I'll leave that there for now. Leave our maps to collector dust. There is a map sync. It's called Treasure Hunt. No. Let's see. We have 7,200 something. At best, let's just say we had, what was it? 7,204? I think it was 7,204. Let's just say that's how many we had. So 7,204, the most you can ever use per hour is 1 per minute. And it's likely you're not even going to get 1 per minute, but let's just assume 1 per minute. So 60. So the lowest amount of time that it could take to use the amount of maps I have is a little over 120 hours of straight maps and nothing else. It's really not too bad, but I don't know, their loot is kind of bad. So it'd basically just be 120 hours wasted. But yes, it would take 120 hours, more than that, at minimum 120 hours, for me to complete that many maps. Realistically, it'd probably be more towards 150 to 200 hours, or even higher than that. Yeah, I do treasure maps occasionally. It's not like I do literally none of them, because they are pretty relaxing, but only to a certain degree. And after like more than 5, it's like, yeah, I'm done with this for now. I don't mind it on newer accounts, but this late in the game, it just feels like I'm just playing the minigame and getting nothing for it. Let's see, we'll take that over, get our sunbird down. Yeah, if we never played it occasionally, we'd be over 10,000 as well by now. Next stream, just play Treasure Hunt? No. The only time we ever bring out Treasure Hunt for stream is if it's actually a Treasure Hunt week. It's about the only time I really bother bringing it out. We can maybe go do one map, but then again, it's a vault event. So, now would not be a good time to try showing it, because Treasure Hunt is ridiculously bad value during gnome events. Because they gain, there's no benefit whatsoever to Treasure Hunt while a gnome event is occurring. Yeah, Techni did end up doing an absurd amount of maps a little while back. I don't know why he ended up doing it, but yes, he did end up completing out every last map he had at the time. Wait, was it only 6,000? I assumed it would have been more than that. Yeah, whatever you had at the time, you spent every map you had. That was like almost a year ago, though, wasn't it? It was a while back. It wasn't that recent. Oh, that's why. He did it 2 different times. How many keys so far? 0. We are still sitting on 0. Yeah, it always gets slightly demotivating when you get 0 the entire time. Like, if we were getting one occasionally, it's like, oh, Vault Key. Now we need to go keep doing more because we might get another Vault Key. But when you go, like, hours on end and get 0, it's like, it just ends. But no, hopefully we get some Vault Keys soon. Main objective right now, indirectly, is just getting Frostmage to 70. Which you should easily be able to get done in the next hour. Probably next half an hour almost. Like 45 minutes or less. Yeah, I'll give out I'll give out a redeem code regardless by the end of the stream. I'll give one immediately if we can finally find a Vault Key. Of course, any battle could have it, but it doesn't seem to be giving us that luck. What team would you suggest for Frostmage class in PvP? You don't really run her in PvP, but and if you were, just make sure you don't use her in first slot. She's really, really bad first slot. But anything that centers her around second or third, I guess basically Gorgolfa teams would be okay. Infinite Loop teams as well, like Alchemist, Moneylender, Loop and stuff would be fine as well. I don't know, she doesn't really get used for much offensively. The whole point of her is to set her on your defense team in order to use it for Guild War days, in order to freeze the enemies. There's not much of a point in actually invading with it because it's relatively slow compared to other hero classes. It doesn't have much stuff for offense, it's mainly just defensive. The only time you'd ever bring it out is maybe against a 4x Goblin team or something similar to that, where the enemy team is super dependent on extra turns. Because not only does it have first turn freeze, but it also has freeze occasionally off of casting. Have I ever rewatched your old videos, seeing how slow the gameplay was compared to 4x speed? Oh yeah, the game's speed was glacial compared to the current speed of the game. I remember when people thought this 4x speed was like too quick when it first came out. But honestly, at this point, 4x speed is almost too slow. They could add an 8x speed and it's like, okay, we can still follow that. But yeah, 4x speed just seems like the standard now. I know in the past it just seemed like absurdly quick, but I don't know. These days it almost seems slow, using that 4x. The only thing that makes it even quicker is just using controller and stuff. But, yeah, this is our 8x speed, since we don't really have anything else. Just use controller to immediately get casting down. I really wish they would have just added the keyboard already, though. There's really almost no point to not have it for keyboard if controllers do literally the same thing already. I'm sorry we went down for a second. You didn't miss much though. I was just saying how they need to add keyboard hotkeys so we don't have to use controller. I don't mind using controller though. It doesn't really make much sense that they don't have it if they already have a feature that allows it. How many viewers you want? Let me organize some bots. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, I think the most viewers we've ever had was 200 something. I actually forget these days what our highest is. I know it was low 200s, like 210 or something. And that was during, like, I think right after a pretty major patch. It's very rare that we break too much beyond 100. And the days we break 100 is normally on, like, newer stuff, like during Gnome events or during, like, specific other events, first day of Guild Wars sometimes. Some Mondays, if the Monday troops were really interesting and stuff like that. Like whenever we get a new legend. Let's see. Can we stop getting useless drops? Why? 100 souls, though. Oh, it's better than 0, I guess. Even though it's basically 0. Okay, let's head back to Explore. These gnomes don't want to give us anything good, so we'll at least get some better resources from Explore. We'll go back to Zajin as well. X out of this. Boom, boom. Get our tributes. Grab all that. And back to Zajin for a little bit. See you, Exos. Have a good day. Ha ha ha! The Soulforge preview stream. That was a fun stream. And what was funny is we weren't really even doing anything that was like within the patch. It was basically just doing a new account and rushing it to Soulforge as quickly as possible. Like, all the gameplay was literally just what the first hour, several hours of a new account looks like. I forget how long it took us. Didn't it take like 4 hours? Or was it a little bit longer than that? I don't remember. But we set the world record for getting to Soulforge. Because I'm pretty sure newer players wouldn't be able to do that efficiently. But it took us a really, really short amount of time. Got 3 Celestial Trait Stones from a gnome. Twice in a row, nice. Yeah, he does have a really low rate for it. It's one of his rarest drops, actually, but it's pretty nice if you still need Celestials. Though in the current economy of the game, it's almost like 2 minor Trait Stones to me, since we don't really need it for anything. But they are definitely a lot better than that, that's for sure. Or at least way higher rarity. Hey, speaking of Celestials, haha, that's funny. I would say they're higher rarity and we get it immediately. Fail. Gigantic fail. They're supposedly higher rarity. They're actually only about a 3% chance off Explorer, 2 to 3, somewhere around there. And they're normally only about a 1% or so off of normal battles, a little bit higher than 1%. They have nothing else. If we don't get, if we don't end up getting a vault key, I'll hand out the redeem code when we hit level 70 on Hero. We're currently 68, almost 69. Keep getting 1000 glory. That's really nice. That's one of the best drops, if not the best drop that any gnome has that isn't a vault key. The only one that could arguably be better is there's 2 of them that could arguably be better. The 4 gem key drop off of treasure gnome, or the 3 event key drop off of treasure gnome. Those are the only 2 drops any gnome has that could in theory be better than 1000 glory. But yeah, 1000 glory is insanely good. I'm actually really surprised they gave glory gnome such great loot. Well, we gained a level. 69 now, so only 1 level to go, and we got 5 gems. Not the greatest of drops, but better than half the stuff we've been getting. How do I cast spells without clicking on them? You click A on a controller, or whatever key is hotkey to the A inputs, and doing so brings up this whole thing, all the controls for controller, and basically you just click this, and it just instantly casts your ability. There's quite a few things where the A input on a controller is quicker than actually moving it over with your mouse or finger. Not much, but it does allow you to quick cast like that. It also makes things a lot more accurate. So, for example, we don't have to move our cursor over to this cast button. Instead, we just click and it just immediately goes. Also, between the battles, you can get through all these screens just by spamming the A button. Unfortunately, no, there's no way to do it on keyboard. I wish they would finally add it. I've mentioned it to them before, but they're brought up concerns. The first time they seemed like, oh yeah, we'll definitely do it. But then the second time they brought up concerns about hacking or something, or botting, or not being able to identify it, which I find really strange, because then how does controller not identify it? Because I haven't gotten banned for this. We've been doing this for like a month now or so, and we haven't been banned. But because it's legal inputs, none of it's invalid. So I don't know why they can't do the same thing with laptop. I mean, with a keyboard. I mean, it's something this game has been needing forever. That and cancellation away from abilities once you click to cast them. That's another thing they really need. Yeah, we'll probably get it eventually, but currently you just have to use controller. If anything, even if they do add hotkeys to keyboard, I'd probably still keep using controller. That's because how I have my stream format set up. It's actually more convenient for me to click the controller than it would be to click the keyboard. The only thing I would really need keyboard for is typing. Let's see. On a completely different matter, do you know how Emperorina's max heal is determined? It's based on the troop's max HP. So, for example, our max HP on Sunbird right now is... Actually, Sunbird's a bad example because it destroys itself out. But, our max HP right now... well, actually, I don't know. What's a good example of trying to explain this? But basically, the max HP of a troop is based on its base HP plus all the HP buffs that it ends up getting. Heal does not count towards that, but any HP buffs does. So let's say it starts with 80 HP, it then takes 50 damage, and then you heal it. Well, its max will then be all the way up to its 80, and then it'll gain, let's say, 20 off of Emperorina's heal, because it ends up increasing the HP. Then, let's say it goes back down to 50, but now its base HP has been raised from 80 to 100 because you gave it a 20 HP gain. So then when you heal it again, it's going to go to 120 because you add another 20 to it, and then you heal it back towards full 100. So basically HP heals, HP gains end up increasing it, HP heals keep it at the same. So for example, if you use a Dryad, which heals them for a bunch but gives it 5 HP, it's only going to increase its max by that 5. It's not going to increase it by that entire heal. Don't make a keyboard bots. That is bannable. Actually, even just using auto hotkeys with keyboard, I think might be bannable because it thinks you're botting. Oh, why'd I do that? That was obviously nowhere near enough damage. But yeah, Emperorina is a pretty good troop. The biggest issue with Emperorina, it was actually one of my favorite troops back in when the game first started, among one of them. But the biggest issue with Emperorina in the current state of the game is it is way, way too slow of a troop to actually win with. But no, it's actually a really good ability. It's one of the best abilities in the game for making sure a troop does not die. Problem is that's very, very rarely and almost never applicable for anything. Just because of how slow it is overall. Yeah, I miss using Emperorina. That was like one of the main things I used when I first started the game. That and the Shadow Dragons I had. Because I managed to actually get 2 Shadow Dragons within like no time at all. And back then, Shadow Dragon was actually good. Because Poison was actually good. Due to HP being way lower than it is now. He didn't used to have that convert, though, that yellow to purple convert. But he did have the poison, and he did have the true damage. And no boost ratio either. Boost ratios didn't even used to exist back then. Yeah, it's a really fun ability that she has. It's just not viable, unfortunately, for anything due to how slow it is. But it's definitely fun to use, to mess around with. It's great with things that have high skull mitigation, too, like 50% or higher. Because then they really don't ever die. Especially those troops that have both spell reduction and skull reduction. Ends up working as a nice combination with it. Would you suggest just getting hero classes to 70? And specific ones to level 20? Let's see. Yeah, getting hero classes to the 70 is fine. The specific ones you'd want to get to 100 that actually gain a benefit from being to 100. Let me actually go over them real quick. Wait, why? Hold up. Oh, it's because we're an explorer. I was gonna say, why is this taking longer than the play again button? That's actually one interesting benefit of challenges in the current state of the game. If we keep doing challenges, there's actually no lag whenever we go back to the menu here. But if we keep spamming Explorer, there is. Same as if we spam PvP. It's kind of weird. But I guess because it's kind of preloading it each time when we do the challenges. I'm not sure. But it doesn't lag whenever we do it that way. But anyways, hero classes that are viable to go and level beyond 70 are... let's see. I don't think Archer had anything. Oh, let me go and do this so I can actually check. Let's see. Customize. Let's see. I don't think you had anything, right? Oops, where's the... I'm clicking on every single location except where I need to go. Yeah, I didn't have anything interesting. So, the ones that are worth it to get maxed. Assassin. Dragon Guard. Assassin for 7% instant kill. Dragon Guard for triple skull damage on reds. Priest, because 2 HP to all divines per turn, which is not relevant on most things, but it's relevant on it because it counts as divine, and it's generally used in 4 times divine teams. Rune Priest, because immune to nearly everything. Thief, because of 7% instant kill. Titan, because immune to everything. And that's basically it. There are a few other troops that have overlap in those, like this also has triple red skulls. But these are the only ones that really use it viably that I mentioned. But yeah, the only ones I would really consider are super worth getting to 100 then are, from a trait perspective, as far as their final perk, are Assassin, Dragon Guard, Priest, Rune Priest, and Thief and Titan. Those would be the only ones. Okay, back to Zacian Explorer. Yeah, Necromancer does have 7% instant kill, but the rest of the class is pretty bad, so you might as well just use Assassin or Thief. Thief does it the best. Assassin just does it with skull spam. But yeah, there are others that do have those perks. It's just they don't use it as well, which is why I didn't bother mentioning them. Like Warlord has triple reds, but it's not as good as Dragon Guard triple reds. You've got your Vault Key off your first gnome. Very lucky. We are still at 0. We are still going strong at a solid 0. Oh, let's jinx ourselves. We're still at 0 Vault Keys. Let's see, what do we have? We're still at 0 Vault Keys. At least we got our Arcane there. And 5,000 souls is best old drop. At least the best drop that isn't a Vault Key, if nothing else. Yeah, this is pretty sad. This better not be another weekend if we go 0. I think there's only been one Vault event ever where I concluded after over a dozen hours of playing with 0 Vault Keys. Okay, this better be one. It's a Jewel Gnome. Its drops are 100% useless if it's not a Vault Key. Yep. It's so bad that the trade stone drop is better. Wow, a lot of gnomes all of a sudden. I don't mind though. More chances for Volky. Or at least something that isn't useless. Oh, we got a key. Not the right one though. Peter just does not want to click today. Peter, go! It's because of this green screen. This loves blocking it. There we go. Yeah, if we don't get a Volky, I guess we'll just hand out the redeem code once we hit the level on our hero class. Which we should almost be at. We're almost there. I think we just need a few dozen more battles. Doesn't take that long given what we're doing. If it was PvP, we'd be here for like another hour. But luckily this game mode is way quicker. Yeah, Thief is insanely good at level 100. I haven't gotten to use it much at level 100 because I've been trying to level other stuff since I've gotten it max and since this patch. But yeah, it is insanely good at level 100. You just get free kills for doing what you're already doing at lower levels. You always get more Vault keys while watching my stream. You've got 7 already. Wow. It's almost 1 per hour, even if you're farming the entire time. It's probably more than 1 per hour, because you were farming literally since it came out. That is very lucky. I don't know, I just want 1. That's all we need. Let's give him 1. And then a bunch more after. At least 1. Nope. Best soul drop, but no Vault key yet. Oh no, place your bets now. What will we get first, a Vault key or a hero level? I'm placing my bets on hero level, though obviously I want it the other way around. But it's probably realistically going to be hero level at this point. We're probably only going to get another like 2 chances between then as well. Try to get a Vault key. Oh wow, he got double HP buff, really? Luckily that wasn't enough for him to live. It is pretty funny. Okay, let's take that down. Grab the purples there. Get Sunbird. Those Pocos all good. No Noom. Just clear out the battle. Oh, we'll clear out the battle regardless. Doesn't make much of a difference if there is or isn't a Noom. In that degree. Prediction. Vault key and level 70 in the same battle. Oh, wow. That'd be really interesting. Even more unlikely. But definitely very interesting. If we could actually get that to happen. That'd be a really hype battle, if so. And we will be opening all of our Vault keys this weekend, I believe. Just because that number is going to be nearly 0 anyways. So it feels like. Oh, we'll see. Us having bad luck now has no effect on us having bad luck later. Though it sure feels like it sometimes. The only effect it has is it demotivates us.
But we'll go and get another Sunbird down. Volkey and Gnome right after stream ends. That would probably happen. I won't be farming too much though. I do want to try getting more of those videos done though. I've been meaning to do. I've just been having other stuff pop up. So after the stream, I'm probably just gonna eat, go for a walk, work on those other videos, and then whatever other small things I have. I don't know how much soul for. I mean, I don't know how much gnome farming I'll actually be able to get in. But we'll definitely be repeating it again later tonight after we do Guild Wars and all that. I might even just skip off on Delves. I'm not sure. Just so we have even more time to try to get gnome. What on earth is that battle? This is an Explore battle, by the way. I've never seen that before. 4 of the exact same troop. So I'm pretty sure it was 3 of the exact same troop with one of them that wasn't. Okay, here's the one. This is the one that drops the Volkey. Come on, Volkey. You know you want to. You showed 4 gnomes. You definitely want to drop us a good gnome drop. Nope. 500 souls. Each one of them gave us 100. Or actually 125, I guess. Not actually what happened, but you know. There's this one dropping 500. Am I going to open them on Monday? No, I'm opening the Volkeys immediately. Or at least the ones that we're getting. Yeah, it's impossible for anything. Only one thing can ever have a bag in a battle. The only exception to that is Volkeys, where literally everything has a bag. You played earlier for 3 hours and got 4 Volkeys and Frostmage from level 25 to 40. Nice. It is very lucky. Yeah, we're about 3 hours so far and nothing. Absolute nothing. And most of our alternative drops weren't even too good either. At least off the normal gnome. We did get a couple 1000s in there and some 5000 souls and other stuff, but didn't really get, like, we didn't get any 3 gem keys, we didn't get any 4 event keys. I mean, we didn't get any 4 gem keys, we didn't get any 3 event keys. Wait, did I just say the same thing over again? We didn't get any 4 gem keys, and we didn't get any 3 event keys. Why do I feel like I said that wrong, and then right, and then wrong? Oh, I'm not sure. But anyways, we didn't get any, like, the really, really good drops out of the 1000 Glory Gnome drops a few times. Also, we didn't get any gem drops above 5. He can drop 20 if I'm not mistaken. The normal gnome. Now that you're not soul farming during an event, you're actually getting souls from everything. Yeah, we've gotten a pretty decent rate of souls. We've been hitting anywhere from about 15,000 to 25,000 souls per hour without actually using anything to actually specifically gain souls. Of course, we don't need that resource, but still good to have. You never know. And it might be useful. The Queen Aurora better not allow them to survive. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I thought that was a Queen Aurora. Wait, am I going crazy? That was definitely a Queen Aurora, not a Hippogriff. Hold up, I need to go back in that stream. I know with almost 100% certainty that was a Queen Aurora. Oh no, it wasn't. Okay, I'm going crazy. Yeah, that was a Hippogriff. Why did I think that was a Queen Aurora? I guess it shares 2 of the 3 colors. How's it going? Hello, Zach Kid. Everything's been going pretty well. You've only been playing for 8 months and still have a long way to go starring Kingdoms. So you need the souls. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, when you're first progressing through the game, you need souls a lot. But then you eventually reach the point where you have such a surplus that basically once you have Dawnbringer, is generally around the time when you start having a bit of a surplus. Once you have Dawnbringer and most things leveled up to about like 18, 19 or so, you kind of reach the point where you have just infinite souls. In theory. At least until they add more things to dump souls into. It was a Ghost Aurora. I have noticed throughout my life I like see things sometimes that aren't actually there. Not like hallucination, but like just misplacing one image for another. One thing that I have a really big issue with that for is letters and numbers. Or, you know, like actual like words and like numbers. I could like completely see like a completely different number there and think it's completely that number or word or whatever there, and then look back at it later and it's like, oh wait, that's a completely different thing than what I thought was there earlier. Really strange. But apparently it's doing it with images now too. And spiders. Didn't we get this exact battle like an hour ago? Also, any battle now, we should be gaining Frostmage level. Yeah, it is really, really annoying. Especially when it's school. There we go, there's our level 70. Well, I did say when we get this or Vault Key, I would give out a code, and we just hit Frostmage level 70. So, yep, let's go hand out a redeem code for the Frostmage, and for our 0 Vault Keys pity. The pity 0 Vault Key code. Okay. Where to go? Let's click edit. Let's mark it. Where to go? Mark that. Boom. Copy, copy. Save it. Put it over here. Paste, paste. Make sure it works. Paste again. Copy, copy. I don't know why I click it twice. I always feel like if I don't, it'll miss input. Same reason I like double click a lot of stuff, even if it only requires 1 click. Not always, but sometimes. But anyways, there's the game code. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section, or simply go click on that link. Both will bring you to the same location. The game just froze. Good job. It froze for level 70 Frostmage. There it goes. But your invite code is found underneath your settings menu. Whatever your game says there. Redeem code is that random mess of numbers and letters. Just copy paste it. And gives the same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, and 2,500 gold. So make sure to go claim that. And what other things we had to do? We have done no PvP yet today because I've been exploring challenges and stuff the whole time. And I don't know, I should probably go do these 2. All we have to do is do 12 battles with a team of 3 brown purple. and we could do simultaneously, and 3 with Broken Spire. Too bad we can't do all 3 of those simultaneously. We could do 2 of them and then the other one a little bit later. But anyways, I guess we'll farm just a little bit longer. But we'll try a few more attempts at trying to get a Vault Key, I guess. It doesn't seem like right now will be the time for us to get our Vault Key. It just doesn't seem like it. But if still anyone has any other questions, let me know. That would be a good time. Yeah, I do want to get Frostmage to 100. There's not much of a benefit in it, but still something I do want to go get. Oh, wait. I didn't even do the change yet. We hit level 70, but I didn't even do the whole reason why we got level 70. Let me go give her her perk. Doesn't do itself. So let's go change that real quick. All we have to do for that is go under hero, go under, oh, never mind. Ignore all that. You don't do it under hero anymore. Go under anything that has hero class, go to Frostmage, customize, and now we give it explosions, which is insanely good. Explode 1 yellow every 4 or 5 times gem match. It's one of the best perks on any hero class, so pretty nice. Alternatively, we can also get +1 purple, which isn't too bad in the case of a Sunbird. We can also get +1 blue, though. Very rarely would that be used. But, yeah, let's use this explosion thing, try to get our mana, try to get cascades off of it, and should help out Sunbird a little bit. I don't know, maybe we do put it to +1 purple, we'll see. I feel like the explosion would do a better value, though. But it can actually delay us sometimes, the explosions. So I could also do stuff like that. But I'll just take it manually. I tried to do that, I should just threw Firebomb, because now we get less damage. Now they live. Got any yellow Guild War teams using hero that aren't divine? You could build a Gorgotha Titan team. Gorgotha hero using Titan into Dawnbringer or something with 2 other troops. Or put the Dawnbringer a little bit further back if you want. And just roll it like that. Volky! We did it! We did it! I knew we should have gone a little bit further, that's why we did it. Okay, it took us forever. But we got our first Volky. And no, I'm not going to give out another code. We literally just gave one out. There's your code right there. But, yeah, Volky. Okay, let's go use this. Was it worth the wait? How much you want to make a bet? It wasn't. But let's see. Oops, that's not what I want. No, don't do a map. No! Okay, we got to go do map real quick. Preliminary map before we can go open the Volky. They're right next to each other and I misclicked. Fail. We could technically escape, but we're already here. Might as well spend a minute to finish this map. The suspense of the Volky drop. Let's see. I'll take that. Take that. Come on, come on, treasure map. Come on, move. Do that. Do that. Gotta use the side strategies. One to the side, one to the other side. Just keep switching between the 2 sides. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's not what I wanted, but let's go grab all that. Wow, that only gave us 4 drops. But, okay, games. Volky time. Got 10 of them. Well, about to have 9. We'll just use this. I don't think we really need to change it up at all. Okay. What do we get? Come on, Major Blue. Could you imagine if it was Major Blue? It's highly unlikely. It's gonna be like Minor Green or something. If we even get that. Oh, whoa, whoa, it's an orb. Oh, wow. Really? Really? 2,500 gold, 2,500 gold, 2,500 gold. They really want to give those low drops. That's a bad sign for that orb. So, place your bets now. What is this orb? I'm going to bet on purple. But I want it to be blue. No! The dreaded orange. Well, we saved ourselves $5. They're actually selling orange orbs right now for $3 or $5, depending on how you look at it. Basically, compared to the value of the previous pack, it's basically $3. But obviously, total, it's 5. But, yeah, we got one for free. That's what you get for trying to sell them. But, I don't know, that offer actually is somewhat worth it in early game. Later mid-game and late game, this is probably not worth it, though. But, to early game players, that still saves you a few hours of having to farm trait stones. Though, if you were to farm trait stones, now would literally be the time you'd be farming trait stones. So it's a little bit odd that they would actually add it at a time where you can easily farm not only orange orbs, but also just trait stones in general. It's a really, really weird time to offer that. But, yeah. That's there. Just got one automatically without even needing to. But yeah, that's a pretty pitiful drop. I do not need small oranges. I think we have like 90 of them. We have some kind of ridiculous amount. Yeah, we have we have 98 of them. Oh, that is sad. But yeah, we have 98 orbs of wisdom. That is a little overkill. We almost have 100. Actually, we don't even have 100 small greens because I keep using them. But yeah, that's insane. That is an absurd amount of orange greens. I mean orange greens. Minor greens, I mean minor oranges. But anyways, yeah, whoever guessed orange, Brian, you got it correct. You get you win the satisfaction of knowing you were correct. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty bad loot today. But hopefully later tomorrow, throughout the day, later today, throughout the day, and hopefully tomorrow and Sunday will be a little bit better than our loot today, but we'll have to see. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for now. Gonna go walk, eat, normal stuffs. Hopefully get a video or two out, probably just one. Definitely want to go over Thief Hero class, want to go over hero classes in general, and want to do a pretty big video that I still need to set up that goes over literally a team for every hero class. But we'll get those out soon, or later. Hopefully later this weekend, but definitely sometime in the next week or so. But anyways, guys, hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Best of luck with all the gnomes this weekend. And yeah, I'll be back later tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's about 6 hours, 15 minutes or so. So we'll be back then, farming more gnomes, doing guild wars, and mainly just that. Other than that, yeah, have a good weekend. Best of luck with the gnomes, and I will see y'all later. Thanks for stopping by. Goodbye, everyone.